I'm going to give you a quick demonstration on how to fill out the worksheet from today. So I'm going to be placing a picture in the squat photo spot and also the hip hinge photo spot. So in order to access my photos, I'm going to tap the plus sign on the top, click on photo library, and I'm going to choose this one for my squat. I click add, I drag that into place. Now I can crop it. If I tap the picture, I click crop, and I can make it a little bit smaller, so then I can blow it up in that picture, because you are going to have to draw on the image itself. And then I'm going to add my hip hinge photo. Again, tap the plus sign, tap photo library, and then here is my hip hinge photo. Clicking add, drag it into place. I can crop if I want to, and again, it's just easier to draw on that way, because then I can blow it up. All right, so then now that I have them in place, I'm going to draw 3 different colored lines. My first one is going to be a red vertical line. So I tap the pencil, choose my color. I'm going to go from my laces straight up to the top of the picture. Okay, and the same thing on my hip hinge photo. I'm going from my laces. That wasn't straight. I'm going to go from my laces straight up to the top of the picture. Now, as I do that, I'm now going to draw a blue line, which is going to be an angle. And I'm going to draw that to follow my spine, which on this picture is curved. I'm going to bring that to the middle of my hip and then draw a straight line down my thigh bone or my femur. I'm going to do the same thing on my hip hinge, where I would rather this be straight, but it's not. It's just how my posture was in this. And then I'm going to draw from my hip. Oop. That is definitely not what I usually do. Down there. Okay, now my next job is to draw a green angle. I'm going to choose the bright one so Miss E can see it. And I'm going to draw it on my, how do we get rid of that? I got my lovely assistant here helping me. I'm going to draw it down here. I'm going to stop it right on my middle of my knee and then down my shin bone. And same thing here on my hip hinge. Draw there and then straight down my shin bone. All right, so now that I have my angles drawn, I'm going to move down to the next part where it tells me my yes or no. So I'm going to highlight. The red line passes through the middle of my shin, the middle of my thigh, both of those are yes. And then it asks about my shoulder. It does not pass through my shoulder, and it is too far behind my ear. So my answer is no for that one. Okay, now I'm going to look at the next one, which is the blue and green angle. It asks me, the blue and green angle are congruent, which means the same size. Those are definitely not the same size angles, so I'm answering no for that one as well. Question 3 says I had 3 points of contact with my feet on the ground at the bottom of my squat. I didn't. You can see right here, my heel is definitely off the ground, so I'm going to answer no for that. And it says if I draw a line from my hips to the ground, the line will easily land behind my heels, which again, it does not. So my squat, I did not do a very good job with that. Now, if you'd like to redo the picture because you don't like your answers that you came up with, feel free to go ahead. Now I'm going to move over to my hip hinge. The red line passes parallel to my shin and through my rib cage. Well, it does pass through my rib cage, but it definitely does not run parallel to my shin. So again, that's a no. The blue angle is significantly smaller than my green angle. I'd say yes on that, but again, my spine is definitely curved. It also says the blue angle is the same size as the blue angle in my squat photo. That's also a yes, because I'm comparing this here to this here. Then finally it says if I draw a line from my hips to the ground, the line will easily land behind my heels. So again, if I go from my hips down to the ground, it is not clearly behind my heels. It is actually touching my heels. So my answer on that is also no. So as I'm looking at this, I really want you guys to reflect on if you enjoy your pictures and if you like how your answers lined up with that. And then you can redo them or keep them as is. But again, you will be graded on the execution of your hip hinge and your squat.